Many of us would like to change a habit or a behavior, but usually we approach it in an unprepared and amateur way. We just have the desire to change and we just start, but we don't really know what we're doing. Well, change of behavior has a lot to do with psychology, and psychology is a science. Like maths, you would never start trying to solve an equation without having learned the rules and the methods beforehand. And the same applies for psychology. Once you've learned how your brain works and what the methods are behind behavioral change, it will be much easier for you to change and also to sustain it for a longer time. Welcome to my channel. I'm a health psychology expert, and on this channel you will receive actionable advice that you can immediately implement in your daily life to improve your health. There's a lot of research on behavioral change, and today I would like to share one of the methods that I like most because I think it's the easiest to understand and apply. It's called the self-efficacy theory by psychologist Albert Bandura. The theory explains how you can increase the belief in yourself and your ability to change. This is important because people with low self-efficacy either don't start at all or they give up quickly when they face hardship or setbacks. The good news is that you're not born with self-efficacy. It's something you can learn, and here are 3 easy steps to do that. Let's start with the strongest tool to increase your belief in yourself according to Bandura. It's called mastery experiences, which means experiences of success. And hold on, it's not a catch-22 situation like you need a job to gain experience and you need to gain experience to get a job. So let's say you would like to lose weight or exercise more. It doesn't mean that you have to have achieved this in the past. The good thing is that anything you've achieved in the past counts. So if you've learned for a driving test and you passed it, that counts. If you've learned to ride the bike or to swim, or if you said that you would be there for someone and you actually did show up, that counts as well. Every time you said you would do something and you followed through. So here comes your action point number 1. Write down your achievements from the past. And it's important that you write it down so that you have access to it, especially when it starts to get difficult. Internalize this success and repeat to yourself, I'm a person who follows through on her or his commitments. I'm reliable to others and myself. I'm a person of my word. I do as I say and I act as I plan. These affirmations will also help you to increase your belief in yourself. And if you would like to listen to it every morning while getting ready, I've prepared a 5-minute self-efficacy, self-belief affirmations video for you that you can find on my channel. The second tool to increase your self-efficacy, according to Bandura, is called vicarious experiences, which means seeing others succeed at what you've set yourself as a goal. You've probably seen yourself also examples of people who've lost 75 kilos and turned around their life completely, and they share their story from the beginning to the end, including all the hardship and the setbacks. Well, these examples are very powerful. Role models increase self-efficacy when they are relatable. So your action point number 2 is to find a role model that started from a similar place like you, who shares their struggle and not just results, who shares realistic routines, and pay attention to how they fit the behavior into their daily lives. By doing this, you're giving your brain the message that if other people can do it, I can do it as well. And I would like to give you a great example for this. Maybe you've heard about it before. It's called the Bannister effect. For a long time, athletes and experts thought that it's not physically possible for a human to run a mile under 4 minutes. And many runners came close to that, but did not succeed. Until 1954. That's when Roger Bannister became the first person to run a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. And what's remarkable is what happened next, which is that within a short time, just a few weeks, many more runners managed to run the mile under 4 minutes. So what actually happened? Well, Bannister proved that the limitation was not physical, it was in the mind. And this is exactly what Bandura's theory claims. If you stop thinking it's impossible and you see other people succeed, you think, well, if he can do it or she can do it, I can do that as well. And you can. And last but not least, Bandura's third source of self-efficacy is gradual mastery. This means that your confidence in yourself will increase when you start achieving some of your goals along the way. So this is why it's important to chunk your goals into smaller pieces so that you have these gradual experiences of success. The mistake most people make is to set way too large goals. And usually it makes it hard to start because you think, well, I'll wait till I have less on my plate or XYZ. But it's much better to start with small goals, and once you start, confidence grows. So it's not the other way around. You don't have to be confident and perfect or ready to start. You need to start to gain confidence. And this applies to pretty much everything. Let's take the example of exercising. Usually when you start exercising, you feel discomfort, you feel muscle ache, you feel exhausted, and you feel like you're not making much progress. And if your goals are too big, then it just feels like climbing a steep wall, and you're more likely to give up once you experience setbacks. If we had this mindset at babies when we started to learn walking, and every time we fell down, we just thought to give up, then we wouldn't be able to walk now. So understand that you need to start somewhere. So start small and start slowly. For example, start with a feasible exercise routine. It should be something that slightly challenges you but doesn't knock you out. Repeat this routine until it gets too easy, and then adjust. Maybe add one more repetition or 1 more kilograms of weight to lift. It's a great feeling when you notice that an exercise routine that you started 2 or 3 months ago and was challenging for you became too easy. It shows that with consistency you can make progress. And this is exactly what Bandura calls gradual mastery. Just let it take a year longer to achieve your goal, but make it much more feasible and make sure that it's long-lasting. This also works with eating healthier or losing weight. You don't need to suddenly cut out all your favorite foods and snacks. It would just feel like a punishment. What you could do is to cut sugar every Wednesday, or instead of eating an entire bar of chocolate every day, to just eat half a bar of chocolate. This will help you to still be able to indulge and not feel like you're restricting yourself. It will also make you appreciate those snacks more. So usually if you have big goals and you give up just after a few weeks, it will actually have a blow on your self-efficacy. But having small goals and achieving them gradually will increase your self-efficacy. So these are 3 small tools that you can immediately apply that are not difficult to implement and that will make a huge difference on your belief in yourself, in your self-efficacy and your ability to change certain behaviors. That's all from me today. Thank you for your attention, and until the next video. Bye!